For the past couple of years, Thai BL dramas have always been the more popular shows compared to other Asian BLs like Korean, Japanese, or even Taiwanese, but it could also because of the quantity it has rather than the overall quality of certain shows. In 2023, there are quite a lot of comments saying that Thai BL dramas are more on quantity rather than quality. Are Thai BL series really losing quality in 2023? Let's find out in this video. Several years ago, the number of Thai BL shows per year had always been less than 10 or 5 depending whether the series was successfully released or cancelled. In 2023, the numbers have risen tenfold that it's quite impossible for us to watch every Thai BLs that were released since the beginning of the year. Due to that fact, there were a couple of BL dramas that seem not on par with the previous Thai BLs of the recent years, and some are saying that the quality of Thai BLs has gone down and it's only focusing more on its quantity. Although that argument could be true, we should also consider that Thailand has more production companies which produce BL dramas compared to other Asian countries. So it's not really about whether Thailand has produced a lot more BL shows than the other countries which affects the quality of the shows. The only moment that this argument could be true is if that particular production company produces more but without making any progress in terms of storytelling, cinematography, or even in post-production. The quantity of Thai BL dramas might have skyrocketed over the last few years, but I think its quality still isn't on its optimum. One thing that separates Thai BL dramas with other BL series is its on-screen BL couples. There's only a handful of BL series from other Asian countries which feature the same on-screen couples, but it's the norm for Thai BL shows. It's quite rare for a certain production company to pair these actors differently in different BLs. I'm not really sure why the Thai BL industry does not regularly shuffle the pairing of the actors, but it's probably due to the fandom. When a successful Thai BL drama produces quite a huge fan base for a certain on-screen BL couple, production company tends to use that pairing over and over again because first and foremost, their next project could also become a successful one due to the support of the fandom. Next, companies who use advertisements want to invest to those actors who already have a huge following to maximize their profits. And last, some fans don't like the idea that these actors would pair with other actors. But with the same pairing all over again for the past couple of years could also mean that there's no diversity when it comes to the lead cast. Some plots could feel very much the same because of having the same on-screen couples. This gives us the impression that these stories are quite repetitive even though it's not entirely the same. But at the end of the day, even with those cons, production companies would still do with that they think is right for their businesses. With GMMTV's annual event coming out soon this month, I'm still hoping that we get a unique pairing for next year just to have a diversion with their actors. Another thing that made us think that 2023 BLs have gone down in quality is due to the great BL shows we had back in 2022. Last year, the growth of BL community exploded due to the release of Kin Porsche in July, and based on what I have seen on Google Trends, Kin Porsche is the most searched Thai BL on the web, even besting together the series which aired during the pandemic. Not only that, we got a lot of different pairing and actors in 2022 such as the and New from Cutie Pie, Jimmy and C from Vice Versa, Gemini and Fourth in My School President, Omen Nanan in Bad Buddy, and so much more. In 2023, most of these pairings are still the same, so some fans aren't that enthusiastic enough to watch their new shows. Watching the same thing over and over again could get us bored for some time, and this could lead to BL fatigue, which some of us are experiencing. I actually experience from time to time, probably due to seeing a lot of BL contents and noticing that nothing has changed in the cause story. With the quantity we have in Thai BL dramas, we have a lot to choose from based on our preferences and of course the genres. But even with those factors, sometimes these Thai BLs aren't that interesting enough to spend time with because of poor writing, repetitive plots, or even having the same cast all over again. When I had my BL fatigue, I refrained on watching BL shows altogether and just diverted my attention on K-dramas or even K-pop songs for the meantime, just to freshen up my mind. Once I regained my interest on BLs, that would be the only time I would start watching BL series again. Earlier this year, we got tons of Korean BL dramas and most of them were really great compared to the previous year. Japanese BL series are also continuing its formula of having unique plots and storylines which are constantly gaining attraction to the fans. For Thai BLs, there were some which did great in the first half of 2023, but compared to the recent years, the quality of these isn't that much better. I have read quite a lot of comments saying that Korean and Japanese BLs are doing much better compared to Thai BL shows just because they are more interested enough with those dramas. Although my opinion on that is quite different, since most of my favorites this year are still Thai BLs. But we can't change the fact that most Thai BLs are still lacking in quality. Let's just take a look on my previous video titled 7 Worst BL Series of 2023 so far. Based on the ratings these BLs got on MDL website, all of these are Thai BL shows, and that's not a good thing. Although Korean and Japanese BLs don't match the budget that Thai BL series have due to numerous sponsors and advertisements, those two are slightly becoming better each and every year. Other than these, Taiwanese BLs are now also starting to make a wave this year, although we have yet to see if they could sustain it for the years to come. We might have different opinions about Thai BL dramas in 2023, but all of us just want these shows to become even better in the future. Do you think Thai BL series lose its quality in 2023? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.